In this first demonstration, we're going to determine the overrun to obtain a set container weight with inclusions. What is overrun? It is the percentage increase in volume of a frozen dessert greater than the volume of mix used to produce it. If you start out with 1 gallon of mix and you make 1.5 gallons of ice cream, you've increased the volume by 50%, or an overrun of 50%. We wish to calculate the amount of overrun we need to add to a frozen dessert to offset the weight of added pieces of candy, fruit, or other items. This is necessary to maintain a standard package weight and to ensure the overrun is not too high. If the overrun value is too high, then over time the frozen dessert may shrink in the package. The ice cream recipe with inclusions is already loaded in the formula development section. We need to determine the overrun to add to the ice cream portion of this formula. Keep in mind, we can only add air to the ice cream, not the inclusions. Click the Formula Dev and Batching menu and select Overrun Calculator from the View group. In the window that appears, enter 290 for the weight and set the weight units to grams. Now enter 1 for the volume amount and set the units to pint. Click the Calculate button. The overrun that must be added to the ice cream portion to achieve this container weight is shown here. The density of the finished ice cream is also displayed. In this example, we're going to make an ice cream mix formula into an ingredient, then make a recipe with this ice cream ingredient with inclusions, determine serving size and container weight for the recipe, create a nutrition facts panel, create a restaurant menu report, and create an ingredient statement. First, we're going to retrieve our original ice cream formula and make it into an ingredient. To transition our mix into ice cream, we need to calculate the density with overrun added. We will set the overrun to 60%. The ice cream density is shown here. This is the density we will use for our ice cream ingredient. It's time to make the ice cream formula into an ingredient. The vanilla ice cream is now an ingredient. We must edit this ingredient and change the density to that of a finished ice cream with 60% overrun. This is the value we calculated in the batching section with 60% overrun. With this completed, we can start building our recipe of vanilla ice cream with inclusions. The recipe has vanilla ice cream, fudge pieces, and marshmallow minis. The recipe amounts for each ingredient are added. We need to determine the density of the new recipe. In this case, we can use the additive density option. The volumes and weights can be added together. Our ice cream with inclusions comes in a 1-pint container. To prepare our nutrition facts, we need to determine the weight in grams for a 2/3 cup serving. And for a 1-pint container. Let's enter a formula name, an ID, and save the formula. We're ready to create our nutrition facts panel. The common household unit is already set to 2/3 cup. We need to set the equivalent metric quantity to the number we calculated in the formula development section, and set the number of servings to 3. We will create a dual column label using the weight we calculated for 1 pint. Here's our nutrition facts panel for a dual column label. This 240 is what you would enter for a restaurant menu. And this is our ingredient declaration. This completes this example.